Hello YouTube. I'll bet you're wondering why I have the heater core here when the subject is part 2 of the tub. Well, I want to put this back into the tub. The problem is that a very informed person, Keith460 on the Jeep forum, informed me that there is supposed to be sealant around the edge here, which I did not do. And he says that sealant, the purpose of that sealant is so that if there is a leak in the heater core, the coolant will come out the drain in the engine compartment rather than in the passenger compartment. So the first thing we need to do is disassemble this. I don't really like using impact on screws that are in plastic, but I've had these out. I know how they fit. I know they're going to go in and out. I won't put them back in with the impact. I'll use a ratchet, but there's just too many to take them out with a ratchet. So we just go carefully here and take them all out. We'll undo the heater core here. Now it should come off. What was suggested was to use butyl tape and go around the outside edge of this, and I think that's a good sealant for this, because I'm going to have to be able to reach in here in order to put this back in the hole on the backing plate, and I don't want to get my arm full of sealant. So the butyl tape was a good choice. This is butyl tape. It comes in a roll. But this is too thick. If I use this, it's going to be too wide for the lip on the heater box. So what I'm going to try to do is cut it down. And that ought to be fun. But let's give it a try. I wonder what the best way to cut this is. We'll try a razor blade knife first. We'll cut this off right here, and if we need more, we'll make more. We'll wipe down this lip with some brake clean to get any oils off of it. I don't know where it would have got oil on it from the time that I had it apart and put it back together, but there's obviously some dirt there. Okay. Now, I think we want this to be one seam, so we'll start about there and there so we don't have any splits. And this seam here, we can just kind of squish it together and it'll seal. This butyl tape is pretty decent to work with as long as you're gentle with it. As soon as I say something like that, it's going to give me a problem. There you go, Keith 460. I followed your suggestion, used butyl tape, and have sealed the back of the heater core box. Now I just have to put it back together. Now that we have the butyl on that lip, you can't see the screw holes for where to put the bolt in. It's not there. We get a couple of these in, and that'll force this thing to line up. Next, we have to make sure that the heater core is in its slot, and it is. And then the next thing we got to do is put this vent into its hole here. And if we're lucky, it didn't fall out of the recess in the back. And we'll know in a minute. There, we've got the second axle in, and the heater core is in. Now we can put the rest of the screws in. All right, and that's it for putting the heater box back together. Now I can go into the Jeep, but the Jeep's not ready. We need to clean the Jeep. But if you look, you can see the butyl is oozing out all along the edge. We're back on the tub, and I want to remove all this old butyl tape, and we'll put a new one in when we put this panel back in. But that's the name of the game right now. We're going to have to clean the inside of this tub and get it ready to put stuff back in it. Well, I think that's as much as I'm going to get scraping. Let's blow this out here. Now, the internet says WD-40. Should dissolve this stuff. And it does. Very nice. There, all the glue is gone. That's what I like about butyl. Who knows how long that sat there under all that heat, and it comes right off. Now I'm going to remove these Velcro pads and put new ones on when we put the new carpet in. At this point in the project, there's a couple ways I could go. I have to remove this roll bar to get underneath the pads to paint there, but I don't want to do that while it's sitting on the dolly. I want to do that while it's sitting on the frame, because currently it's supported in the four corners, and I'm thinking this adds support. So I can't do that yet. From there, I think the next thing we want to do is we want to clean the inside of this tub and start preparing to put stuff back in it. I don't anticipate doing much more to the inside of the tub than what's already been done. So let's start cleaning. We'll follow that up with a wrench. Let's bolt something on. Little anti-seize. This is the first thing we're bolting on, I think. I'm not going to put these on real tight because they're going to have to be adjusted for gap later. But I'll snug it up so it doesn't move around. Okay, I have a few more hinges to do. I'll bring you back when I've got them done. Next, we'll take the windshield frame hinge and stick a bolt in the hole and put a nut on the back side. That brings up a discussion here, is we actually have to put this windshield on before we put the dashboard in, because the nuts that hold the windshield hinges to the body are not captured. So we have to put a wrench on the back side and hold it while we tighten the front side. So we got to put the windshield in and then we can put the dashboard in. Well, let's finish putting the hinges in. On the side lower hinges, there's several pieces to it. There's the hinge itself, which goes on the outside, the backing plate, and the bracket for the door strap, and the door strap. So we got to put all that together. And I do apologize for my throat. So this goes on here like that. So the strap goes up. So it goes on there like that. With that tight, we can put a little anti-seize on the bolt. Stick it on the end of a Torx bit. Take the outside hinge, put it through the hole, put the bracket up, and get the backing plate, which is threaded, and start to bolt into it. Oops, just son of a gun, that's all. But we can fix it. No harm, no foul. Just a little extra work. A little anti-seize on the bottom bolt. Okay. Snug but not too tight. And that way we can adjust it when we put the door on. The next thing I want to put in is the window washer squirter. And I want to do that because when I put this vent in here, I can't reach in here with a wrench. So let's put this in first. I've cleaned this up and I've verified that all the ports are open. So all we have to do is slip it in there like that and get this nut on it. Okay, squirter installed. The next thing we'll do is we'll install the firewall grommet for the window washer squirter hose. With the grommet in place, we'll run some window washer hose over to the squirter. Now, I don't know how long to make this on the engine side, so I'm just going to leave a long length, but I'll put the other end on the end of the squirter. And we'll leave a generous length of hose here so that we don't cut ourselves short. And we're ready to put the vent in. Next, we'll put the upper plenum on, and we won't forget to put the gasket that goes on between the plenum and the firewall. And now it goes up into the firewall. And it uses these little weird screws. It's like a double threaded screw, two different threads, and they go in the corner. There's one. And now we have the grill. Next would be the windshield, but we got some work to do on that. Before we can put this lower unit into the Jeep, we have to make a gasket. This is what's left of the original gasket right there. So I have a sheet of foam that I ordered from Amazon. It's pretty much the same density, it's just a different color. And what I'll do is I'll trace this out and flip it over and trace the other half and then cut it out. This comes out, it'll be a miracle. Oh, that's sticky. Our heater core gasket just slides on. Now we got a problem, because this is the original gasket for the original motor, which is too small for this. And what I'm going to try to do is stretch it over this big motor without breaking it. Okay, we have our bushings already on here, so I think we're ready to go try put it in this Jeep. This gasket fits real nice around this motor. You just have to be careful not to break it when you put it on. I have my lovely wife here to help me put this heater box in, and what we got to do is I have to put this up inside into the firewall, and then she's going to put the nuts on the back wall. There's going to be 4 nuts that come through. There's one right there. There's another one, I don't know where, somewhere. There? There. Okay, there's another one there. And then there's another one there. All right, so we're going to set this up and get it through all the holes.
Don't drop them, because you can't, those are not replaceable. This tube at the bottom is below the hole.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all out. Now I got one more, but I'm missing 2. Put this on so I don't put more butyl on it. What's the matter? You upset about something?
No, I'm tired. I'm hot. I'm sick.
You're gonna have to tighten these, okay? Because I'm sure.
Here, let
I'm
me do
having a
it.
hard time with this one. I gotta go the other way and I'm, okay. Just be careful that you're gonna cut yourself with the copper.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. Thank you.
yep,
Oh, we got the heater in now.
okay.
This is the defroster vent duct, and this is the duct hose, and we have to put this hose onto this duct, and it's not as easy as you would think. But then it makes a liar out of me. Well, it's not on yet. These are the screws that I've been talking about, and if you look real close, you can see there's 2 sets of threads on the screw. There's one that's higher than the other. There's one that's smaller and closer into the shaft of the screw than the other one. I don't know why, it's a really weird screw. This end of the hose fits onto that. Now the question is do I try to put it on there first, or do I try to screw the duct in and then put it on? I think I'm going to put the duct in first. Now what we have to try to do is put this hose on top of the heater. Oh my gosh, it just went right on. How about that? And clamp it in place. Perfect. I got a little ahead of myself. I should have put this plate in before we put the heater in. Now it's going to be a pain. There we go. This is the next item to be bolted on, but as you can see, we have some cleaning to do first. Let's start with a vacuum cleaner. Let's strip it down. The little release clip broke off, so now we're going to have to do the best we can to get this off. There's one. The last thing to come off is this gasket here, which is actually in pretty good shape except for the stuff that's been exposed to the weather, and it's all cracked. So we're going to replace it. So we got to take these screws out. Okay, that should be the last screw, and this should come out.
It's so old it's cracked. Looks like somebody tried to seal that up with silicone sealer. That's going to be fun getting it off. That's exactly what that is. Somebody sealed that up with silicone sealer. It must have come away from the body, so they sealed it with silicone sealer. Not much what's to speak of. It's time to go clean this up.
Here we are outside in the rain again. I can't imagine what I'd be doing out here in the rain. All right, I've washed this, and now let's see if we can clean up some of this paint. Now we'll go after it with some polish. And now we'll put a coat of wax on it. Now that we've got the window frame clean, what we need to do is get rid of this surface rust that was underneath the hinge. So here we go. Wipe it down with some brake clean. Get all the wax off of it. Okay. And now we start taping. Here we go with 3 coats of primer, 3 coats of base coat, 5 coats of gloss. But here's the first coat of primer. This is our 3rd and final coat of base coat. And this is the first of 5 coats of clear. And this is the 5th and final coat. With the bottom weather seal of the windshield in place, we can go put it on the Jeep. There we go. All nice and snug. Okay, so let's get set up.
Wait, don't go down. I don't think that's right. I don't think I'm right.
Would you please hold the window so that we can put the screws in?
Yes, I will.
All right, well, you're letting it fall forward. Don't let it fall forward. You got it?
I got it.
It's gonna come to you a little bit. Pull to you a little bit.
Is it hot?
Yep, don't push too hard on it though.
Yeah, I just wanted to see if it moved.
Well, guys, I think this is a good breaking point. We've got the windshield in, we've got the heater in, we've got all the hinges on, we painted underneath the hinges. If you enjoyed this video, there will be more.